Welcome, grammar students. Welcome to Lesson 13, Must and Have to. Before we start, go back and watch the video Extra Introduction to Modals and Semimodals. In this lesson, we'll talk about the modal X word, must, and the semimodal, have to. Do you remember that one of the uses of X words is to add meaning? There is a special set of X words that can add information to the sentence. You know them as the pairs: can, could, shall, should, will, would, and the M group: must, might, may. Together, these X words are called modals. Just remember, modals modify. In this lesson, we are looking at must. Must has two main uses. Number one, it adds the meaning of obligation to the verb. An obligation is something that is a duty. It's absolutely necessary. For example, you must pay your taxes. If you don't pay your taxes, you will go to jail. Must is also used for a possibility that is almost certain, almost 100%. For example, everyone on the street has an umbrella. It must be raining. This use of must is more common. Have to also means something is absolutely necessary. For example, you have to pay your taxes. You have to pay your taxes means the same thing as you must pay your taxes, but have to is used much more. So have to doesn't mean have, and it doesn't mean to, but when we put the words together, we get a little package of meaning that you can add to any base verb. We use have to for any little or big thing that is an obligation. Usually it's something that you don't really want to do, like your grammar homework or the laundry. I've done my grammar homework, but I have to do the laundry, go grocery shopping, pay bills. Have to is in a small group of words called semi-modals. Semi means half. Semimodals add meaning like modal X words do, but they can't do other things that X words do. Semimodals need help. They need help from an X word to find the subject, make negatives, and make questions. And have to gets help from the mice: do, does, and did. Let's look at an example. It's after 12 o'clock and you are still in bed. You're thinking, it's very late, I have to get up. But maybe you're on vacation. It's after 12 o'clock and you are still in bed. You are thinking, it's very late, but I don't have to get up. Do is the hidden X word in have to. Why is have to used more often than must? Have to has a past. Eric had to do his homework last night. Must doesn't have a past. Have to has a future. Eric will have to do his homework tomorrow. Must doesn't have a future. Why else is have to more common? Have to has an opposite. Eric has to do his homework. Use a mouse and the word not, and you have a sentence that means the opposite. Eric doesn't have to do his homework. But if you add not to must, it has a different meaning. Is there any other reason? Must is a strong word. If you use must when you are talking to your mother or your boss, or your teacher, it will sound like you are ordering them around. Have to might also sound like an order, but must is much stronger and will probably make the person mad. You must give me an A. What? In review, an obligation is a duty. It is something that is absolutely necessary. Must is a modal X word. It modifies the meaning. Must always goes with the base form. Must is a strong word when it means obligation. It sounds like an order. Have to is a semi-modal that means obligation. Have to always goes with the base form. Use do, does, or did as your X words with have to. With have to, you can express the past, the future, and opposite meaning. Have to is used a lot more than must. What should you do next? Watch the video, Extra, Modals, and Semi-modals. Read Lesson 13, do the exercises, and make a list of things you have to do today.